Good morning and welcome to Mornings on Main Street for this Thursday, March 16th. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. You're going to notice in a couple minutes that our weather report looks a bit different today. Well, Main Street Media has now partnered with Tennessee Valley Weather Authority out of Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Coming up, you'll not only see the weather, but in a few minutes, we are going to hear from the owner and managing meteorologist about how Tennessee Valley Weather Authority got its start and their coverage for southern Tennessee and the northern Alabama area. Also this morning, we are traveling to rural Maury County, where reporter Chris Yow shares with us how some community members are trying to save a historic bridge there. And then we round out today's show with a story from Goodlettsville, Tennessee. It is a St. Patty's Day story on an event that kids are taking part in on the 17th, where they are going to be SHAMROCKED. What does that mean? Well, it's a cute little thing they're doing there at one community center in Goodlettsville. I'll let you in on that a little bit later. But first, let's get a check of the headlines. 5 members of the Dixon Fire Department were presented Medals of Valor and certificates for rescuing a resident from a burning home last month. Fire Marshal Robbie Street and firefighters Chris Johnson, Dylan Dunnigan, Kane DeLoach, and Brian Gregory are being credited with finding and pulling an elderly man from a house with heavy smoke. You can read more about this story by going to thedixonpost.com. Well, the growth in additional housing needed in Gallatin could be leading to 852 acres to go from rural countryside character area to a suburban character area. In a recent joint work session, the Gallatin City Council and Planning Commission laid out possible plans for this. The City Council has not yet adopted the plan. The Planning Commission will come back to the City Council with a final recommendation. You can read the full story with all the details of the possible development, what's included, and the location by going to gallatinnews.com. Well, congratulations to Main Street Media podcast host Devin O'Day. Devin has been announced as a member of the Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame class of 2023. Congratulations. Devin is a woman with many talents. She's remarkable. As a broadcaster, well, Devin has worked on the House Foundation with Jerry House, Mix 92.9, Country Hitmakers, and more. She's also an author and songwriter, if you didn't know, with a #1 song for George Strait called The Big One. Read more about Devin and the 2023 class that will be inducted by visiting mainstreetmediatn.com. Now let's get a check of our forecast.
Hey folks, happy Thursday to you. I'm Ben Luna in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, wishing you a fantastic day as you check out this forecast update. Here's a look at satellite and radar. This backs up into yesterday because Wednesday was a picture-perfect day across the area. High pressure stationed almost right on top of the region, made for nice weather. Unfortunately, today is going to be a little bit differently because that high has moved down to the south and we're going to be in transition mode leading into more clouds this afternoon and areas of rain likely today as well. Here's a look at Futurecast, stepping you through the remainder of the morning and afternoon. Notice more clouds in place by the mid-afternoon, and this evening we'll see a few spotty showers north of I-40 and more shower and thunderstorm activity back toward Memphis. So if you are traveling, keep in mind that it could be a little bit of a soggy commute home as you move through the evening hours. Now, more rain will filter across the mid-state region into this evening. Showers and thunderstorms likely pretty much all across the area, and that continues with even some locally heavy rain south of I-40 into the early morning hours of Friday. Still expect a few showers here to start tomorrow. Warmer air before and then colder air to finish will make for a chilly Friday afternoon, but our skies will be clearing though as we head through tomorrow evening. Here's a look at your forecast, fresh from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. And again, we're on deck to seeing a mix of clouds and sunshine for the morning, showers and then thunderstorms here this evening through tonight, and even continuing into Friday for a while. But our skies will be clearing and temperatures dropping pretty quick as we head through the day tomorrow afternoon. And then the stage will be set for a good but cool weekend. Spring officially starts here on Monday. However, we're going to finish that back up with a chance for rainfall as it appears right now as soon as Tuesday of next week. That is a check on your forecast. Thank you for watching this weather update. I'll leave you with a final look at how your week is going to be from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center.
Well, as you may have noticed, our weather is a little different today. We now have weather provided to us by Tennessee Valley Weather. The man that you just saw on the screen, Mr. Ben Luna, he's the owner and managing meteorologist there for Tennessee Valley Weather. He joins us now to kind of share more of how Tennessee Valley Weather got started and his role there. First off, Ben, thank you so much for talking with me.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be a part of this grand family that you all have gotten. And, as we try to do what we do now across the mid-state region.
Well, it is a blessing to have you and just seeing your reports. And again, we saw you before we actually had today's weather. We love what you're providing for us. And it's a privilege to be able to work with you this way. Go ahead and kind of share with us where Tennessee Valley Weather got started.
Well, the roots of Tennessee Valley Weather and everything that's around me here in our weather center goes back to me being a 4-year-old kid, growing up watching icons on Nashville television, Bill Hall and Davis Nolan, just to name a few, and always having that passion for weather, but also being terrified of it as a kid. And I would try to fit underneath the bed every time it thundered. And one day, I guess around age 7 or 8, I said, instead of being scared of it, what if I just kind of studied it? Maybe I wouldn't be so worried when storms came about. And I did. And that developed into an educational passion for meteorology. And one thing led to another. And I wound up attending Mississippi State and a couple other distance programs for broadcast meteorology, and fell in love too with that aspect. Of course, I was in radio since I was 14 years old, and that led me to get my first television job in Huntsville around 2011 and worked there, the ABC affiliate, for a few years. And then on February 5th, 2020, in Lawrenceburg, there was an unwarned EF1 tornado. This is where I'm from. This is, where I was born and raised. My family and friends are here. The EF1 tornado drove right down the middle of the main part of town. Our library roof was ripped off, homes damaged, people injured. Luckily, no fatalities. That storm joined a long list of storms that had affected this portion of the state. And not that other folks who are in this industry don't work hard to cover the entire area. Sometimes it can be too much for areas too big.
Right.
And so that's when we said, you know what? This is the opportunity. Let's go in and take advantage of modern technology, and let's build a localized weather channel that serves predominantly southern Middle Tennessee, Northwest Alabama, Northeast Mississippi, and a portion of West Tennessee. And let's focus there. Let's make that our priority. And let's do this as professional as what you would expect to see on any television station in any market of the country. Let's give the people here our very best effort. And since April 12th, 2020 through today, that's what we've worked very hard at accomplishing. And here we are.
What has it been like for you being from that area and understanding the weather in in the Tennessee, Northern Alabama area, understanding that? What does that mean to you to see how far you've come?
Humbling. It is humbling. The community instantly supported us. They reached out and said, look, this is what we need. This is what we've wanted. And we're going to support you in doing this endeavor. And it's been awesome. And to look back and to see where we came from, because I promise you, we did not launch this operation, with a weather center like this. We came from very humble roots and built in quick fashion on top of our success to get to where we were. And at one point, I'll tell you, during the COVID pandemic, my team and we all had COVID at the same time. Oh, wow. And I'm in my backyard because we were all quarantined and didn't have access to any of our computer systems. And so I was doing weather on a dry erase board. And people love the dry erase board. So you can have huge amounts of technology, but at the end of the day, it's about one thing, and that is making a connection with your viewer and upholding a commitment of keeping them informed on sunny days and keeping them informed and safe when you have potential for tornadoes. And that's what we deal with where we live. If it's not a tornado threat, then severe thunderstorms that leads to flooding, and high winds is what we saw just a couple of weeks ago. And well, every now and then too, we also get to deal with winter weather where we live. So from Clarksville to Lawrenceburg, the state line to state line, and all the Tennessee in between, it's the same. And that's what we're here to do, is to keep people safe and informed.
Has there been a point from the time you guys went on air to now to where it's been that question of, what if we didn't have this? Like, has there been that moment like that you can think of, that what if this didn't come to reality?
There have been a couple of times. Absolutely. We were able to we created a 501c3 when we built all this. This is not a 501, but we have a 501 foundation, and we were able to raise money for a gap filling radar. And that data is, of course, it's used by us, but it also is freely available to anybody who wants it, and direct real-time access to that device, I might add. But we were able to do something that has made a difference. And since that point, there have been 9 tornadoes as of February 16th, 9 of them that have been detected and tracked by that radar device, and then by our weather team here, to whereas there might not have been advance warning of what was able to be provided, since we've made the difference in where we are today.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And you guys have 7 meteorologists on staff?
We have a total crew of 7 that work to keep the operation afloat. 4 of us are broadcast meteorologists, but everybody involved in this has a level of professional weather training, from the folks that we have out in the field with us to anyone that's in the studio. They all understand and know at least a base level of meteorology to make sure that what they're able to bring to the table and contribute is sound in the science, but also everyone that works as a part of this has a passion for helping other people and helping their communities where they're from.
Awesome. Ben, last question for you. How can your viewers connect with you?
We have several different ways. If you love watching local weather TV, that's what we provide. I love what you guys do. And we're kind of in the same boat, but we're all about weather. And if you are interested in that, then you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and we're on TikTok now, which is really unique, but we're there at TN Valley Weather. You can search for us or go to tnvalleyweather.com. We also have a host of free apps. We have a free smartphone app for Apple and Android users. That also works on tablets as well. You can download that and you get push notifications from our weather team, in addition to instant alerts wherever you go in the country from the National Weather Service. That is a free app. And then we also have the smart TV platforms, Apple, Roku, and Fire TV as well. But you can download or follow us. And if you do, then I guarantee it, you will see the weather like never before.
Ben Luna, thank you so much. Guys, Ben Luna, once again, the owner and managing meteorologist for Tennessee Valley Weather. We look forward to seeing what you have for us each and every day, Monday through Friday, here at Mornings on Main Street. It'll be at the top of the show. Ben, again, thank you for your time.
My dear, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Stick with us here at Mornings on Main Street. We have more right after this.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. This morning, reporter Chris Yow takes us to a rural area in Maury County. He shares with us why some community members are working hard now to save a historic bridge. He shares more on why.
In all of the United States, there are no more than 5 concrete bridges that stand with 5 parapet arches underneath. One of those bridges, built by a Maury County engineer, sits in rural Maury County in the Sandy Hook community. County officials have closed the road atop the bridge and believe that demolition and rebuilding is the only way to save the road. There is, however, a group of individuals and citizens inside the Sandy Hook community who are trying desperately to save their historic bridge.
The Sandy Hook Bridge is truly significant. I can't think of a single surviving bridge in Maury County with more character. Plus, it was the work of a local craftsman, which gives it extraordinary local significance. When I grew up in Maury County, many of the county's bridges were still iron trusses. Most of those are gone now. The old span of Carpenter's Bridge and a couple of railway bridges are the only larger ones I think that survive. Even some of the reinforced concrete girdle bridges have been replaced, some more than once. Many bridges just aren't that durable. But small concrete arch spans were built to last. The concrete continues to cure and gets stronger after they've been poured. Their monumental weight gives them long-term stability, plus they're tied together with extensive amounts of reinforcing bars. County government selected these bridges because of their durability. The court took bids and awarded the contract in April 1916 for $1,869. That's less than $51,000 in today's currency. Quite a bargain for a bridge, if you ask me. The bid was submitted by a Maury County contractor, W.B. King, who had worked briefly for the Luton Bridge Company in East Tennessee. That company built a lot of bridges in the southeast during his time with them in 1913 and 1914. Here's a double-arched bridge near Campbellsville the company built while he was employed there. When King set out on his own, he used a basic Luton design for the Sandy Hook Bridge. Records indicate that Mr. King and his wife would camp in a tent at each bridge site while the construction was underway. Mr. King only built bridges for a few years. He then supervised the construction of the Armour phosphate plant on Williamsport Pike and stayed with Armour until he retired in 1956. The Sandy Hook Bridge represents an early use of reinforced concrete, coming only 25 years after the country's first concrete bridge was constructed. To me, as a native of Maury County, it's also important as the work of a local craftsman. The only bridge of several Mr. King was awarded that we can positively identify. If there are still any older bridges in use in the county, they don't predate it by much. The Tennessee Department of Transportation, in Martha Carver's 2008 statewide inventory of historic bridges, determined the Sandy Hook Bridge was eligible for listing in the National Register of Historic Places under Criterion C, as it represented an early closed spandrel concrete arch bridge by a local contractor. I am not an engineer and can make no evaluation as to the safety or carrying capacity of the Sandy Hook Bridge. There is some scour damage at the base of the abutments, and the bridge should be evaluated by a firm capable of determining a safe load limit. But as a career historian with extensive experience with bridges, I can state that arch bridges, if properly designed with good fittings, are likely to remain intact so long as drifting wood is removed from the piers and the concrete protecting the interior rebar is kept intact. This similar bridge over at Cross Bridges has been abandoned for 74 years and has likely had no real maintenance since the 1940s. Maury County has lost a lot of landmarks, but it should not have to lose this beautiful bridge. It's been the pride and joy of the Sandy Hook community for over a century. I hope it can be preserved as a park so this piece of the county's history can be interpreted for future generations.
Chris, thank you so much for your report. Coming up here on Mornings on Main Street, we head to Goodlettsville, Tennessee, where they're getting ready to get shamrocked tomorrow on Friday for St. Patty's Day. It's a fun little thing they're doing for some kids at one community center. We'll hear more when we come back.
Hockey in Music City just hits different. It's one big honky-tonk party. It's the sea of gold in the crowd, the goals, the saves, the celebrations. It's an experience like no other. Experience Predators hockey all season long. Visit NashvillePredators.com/season tickets and join the Loyal Legion today. That's NashvillePredators.com/tickets, and we'll see you at Bridgestone Arena.
Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. There is a local park getting into the St. Patty's Day spirit for the kids in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. I'm here at the Delmas Lawn Community Center at P Park with the director of the center here, Sarah Jennings. First off, Sarah, thank you so much for sharing what's going to be happening.
Yeah, thank you for having me. We're excited to share.
Oh, so on the 17th, which is Friday, you're going to have these little rocks placed out. And what do kids get when they find a rock?
Yeah, so kids are encouraged to come out. We encourage play. We want you to be outside and enjoy the weather. Kind of cold, but we want you to be outside, and the kids are going to look for a rock, and they're going to win a pot of gold.
Cute. What's in the pot of gold?
They have got snacks in the pot of gold. There's some gold in the pot of gold, so it's got some good little treats for you.
So why was this important for you guys to do something like this for the kids?
Yeah, we love passive programming. Anything we can do to get you out and enjoying not necessarily a structured program, but something that's really passive that you can enjoy. You can create your own experience, and so that's kind of what we've done here. The recreation team has put together this event just for kids to come out, come find a rock, come play on the playground, and you'll get your pot of gold at the community center.
And then you'll have what, 20 rocks out?
We have 20 rocks that will be hidden, so we have 20 pots of gold. So the first 20 that show up and find a rock will get a pot of gold.
I'm curious to how early some of you might get out here to P Park here in Goodlettsville. You guys service both Davidson County and Sumner, am I correct?
We do, yes. We are in Davidson and Sumner counties for the city of Goodlettsville. So
fantastic. And what else do you offer? Because you were telling me those who painted the rocks come from your senior group?
Yes, our senior adult program actually painted this rock, or all of these rocks. It is part of our senior adult art class that we have. We have senior fitness programs. We have pickleball going on in the community center. Right now we have a preschool open gym. So we have different activities at our community center, and then we have 6 parks across Goodlettsville. So we have different activities at each of those parks.
How can we keep up with what you're doing and find more information?
Yeah, go to goodlettsvilleparks.com, look us up, and find us on Facebook. We put everything we do on Facebook, and we'd love to have you come and enjoy some of our events.
So again, Delmas Lawn Community Center, look it up, because again, they're doing so much here for Davidson and Sumner County, again, located in Goodlettsville. For people just traveling through, can they stop by or maybe participate in a program?
Yes, we encourage anyone to come and enjoy our programs. It's not just for Goodlettsville residents. We have people from from Robertson County come to our program, so it's anybody is welcome to our programs.
How often do you come up with a new program, whether it be for kids or seniors?
We try to have monthly different programs. We have our consistent programs that we offer, but we try to do small little pop-up programs each month. During the summer, we'll have Music on Main, which will be hosted over here at City Hall. The tourism department will start their farmers market out at Moss Wright Park. So we've got a lot going on in Goodlettsville. It's good in Goodlettsville.
Oh, I love that. I love that. It's good in Goodlettsville. Something else I have to ask, because it's so important for, kids to have some place to go and for seniors to have a place to go and to be able to mingle and interact with others. What do you hear from those who do take part in your activities?
The seniors absolutely love intergenerational programming, as do our young participants. Our young participants get to come in and interact with our seniors. They get to do painting classes with our seniors, and they might not always see their grandkids all the time, and so this is a time for them to be with the youth. While they're there, they say, hey, can you look at my phone? I can't figure this out on my phone. So they learn from each other, and it's really helping them both grow.
Oh, fantastic. Sarah, thank you so much for all the information and what you were able to give to us about the Delmas Long Community Center here in Goodlettsville. But again, coming up Friday, so tomorrow, come get shamrocked. Find one of the rocks out here with your little ones. They'll be located throughout this park setting here. And from what I've been told, you don't have to look too hard.
Nope, you don't have to look too hard. They should be pretty easy to find, and they're green. We've got lots of blue and red going on, so the green really should show up.
It should, and the first 20 will get a little pot of gold, which is a little box of goodies. Sarah, again, thank you so much. I look forward to catching up with you and maybe seeing some of the other things that you offer.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here.
Anytime. Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We have a little bit more coming up right after this.
There's a lot to consider when it comes to choosing a Medicare plan. That's where Health Markets Insurance Agency can help. Independent licensed insurance agents who work with Health Markets can answer your questions about the different parts of Medicare, when you can enroll, benefits, costs, and more. Speak to a local licensed insurance agent today to get started on your Medicare journey.
Hi, I'm Stefanie Miller from Mornings on Main Street. Join us March 23rd at Bridgestone Arena with the Nashville Predators for Main Street Media Night. I know Devin O'Day will be here.
You know I will be, Stephanie. Plus, you can register for a Predators prize pack. They were going to call it the Hockey Hootenanny, but they changed. So it's going to have 4 tickets and food vouchers. You got to register to win.
We're looking forward to seeing all of our Main Street Sports Today fans, right, Chris?
Absolutely, we are. And we could not do this without, of course, our owner, Dave Gould, and our friends here at Smashville.
Speaking of,
where is Dave?
We will see you March 23rd for Main Street Media Night. Let's go, Prince! Welcome back. We do have a special birthday. Well, it's a belated birthday, but it's still special. Shelly Holiday of Clarksville, Tennessee, happy belated birthday to you. We hope you have a fantastic day. If you have a birthday or anniversary that you would like to send in to us, please do that so we can give you a shout out on your special day. Just send it to smiller@mainstreetmediatn.com. We'll get this. The Labrador Retriever's 31-year reign as the most popular breed in America has come to an end. According to the American Kennel Club, the French Bulldog is the new favorite. The AKC bases its rankings on the number of registrations in its purebred registry. Coming in at number 2 on that list, the latest one, well, the ever popular, yes, Labrador Retriever is at number 2. The rest of the top 10 include the Golden Retriever, German Shepherd, Poodle, Bulldog, Rottweiler, Beagle, Dachshund, and German Short-Haired Pointer. Well, thank you so much for joining us for Mornings on Main Street for this Thursday. We hope you have a fantastic afternoon, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning.